They like to say slow up, but I don't think you understand. Can I take a photo? Cause I'm your number one fan. Long as you feel good when you play my jam. Long as you feel good when you play my jam. Like to say slow up, but I don't think you understand.
Yo.
What it do?
Another freaking episode. It's your boy B2.
It's your boy Ace of B.
It's your boy B Smitty.
And we are
The
Amigos. If this is your first time tuning in, we are a group of lifelong friends in a space debating topics and just giving the world our unique opinions and arguably much needed opinions on a lot of things, man. We just share what we love. B, what we drinking, bruh?
Today, we are drinking agua. pH balance,
The nectar.
7.4, perfectly based. And me and two are going to take a shot. Well, sip it. I mean,
Sip
The
a
nectar
shot.
of God. Stop sipping. Y'all the most sippingest. You know me, still trying to get my zaddy body, so I'm trying to be all healthy out here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. How I look? Do I look like I got more muscles?
you do, cuz. I think it's just the camera.
Camera add 10 pounds, 10 pounds of muscle.
That's a muscle, God.
Yeah, man. So what's cracking today? Episode what? 16?
17.
17. Oh.
17.
Episode 17. Bonus episode.
Yeah, you guys have been so great and like supporting us and everything that we do. So we want to surprise you guys with a bonus episode.
Yes, because support means everything.
Should they get used to this or what?
You know, I would like them to, but there's so many like different semantics that we have to get around and scheduling and different things like that. But one of our goals for sure is to put out more episodes, at least 2 a week. You know what I mean? But we're trying to figure out how to do that. We might have to do some things
Audio only.
or like a different location, remote location and stuff like that. So as we're growing, and you guys have been so cool and supporting us, man, there are definitely things to come. Well, one of our things is we're not trying to just stay stagnant. So we want to keep growing, keep doing some dope stuff.
Every week.
Every week changing, man. We talked about it last episode, the growth.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's one thing that we focus on. It's transparency in this process, man. Everything. It's been a lot of fun. How have you been feeling so far since we've been doing all this?
Yeah, I found that this podcast has definitely helped me in a personal way. Like I used to be somebody who was kind of reserved or shy to share my opinion, but I think this podcast has helped me like realize that I do have an actual opinion and people actually do care about what I say or whatever in some way, whether they agree with me or not. So I think that's pretty dope.
Yeah, it's cool. B, what about you?
I think it's therapeutic in a way to like backpacking off of Two's point. To just get out your thoughts, talk to your friends, just get it out, just actually not just think about things but actually verbalize it and construct your everything after that around the conversation that we have, and it's been good. I love it.
I think one thing that I've enjoyed the most is like when you look back at it. And I don't think we've gotten far out enough for me to like look back on something as it's super old. But there's already things I already forgot that we talked about. I'm like,
no idea.
We did that. Yeah, like
I have no idea.
I don't even go back and look. Like once it's done, it's done. But it kind of reminds me of there's this one time Facebook had brought up something like, oh, you did this 8 years ago. Or something, right? But one of the funny things is it had this post. And it was like, oh, you posted this 9 years ago. Bro, I used to post the weirdest stuff. I was like, what was wrong with you? And I kind of remember being in that space in college where I was like bored in class. And I would
just like
type whatever I was thinking. And I was saying, I wish I could bring it up, but I was saying some off the wall stuff, just retarded stuff, like weird stuff. Are there monkeys in space? Or like just like weird stuff. And to have it brought up like 9 years later, I'm like, what was you on? Like, people must have thought I was super weird, but
that was for me with Twitter. Like I think with Twitter, when Twitter came out, I was trying to find like my comedic voice, I guess.
Yeah.
So I was like just saying off the wall stuff, and it was just like me looking back on it. I was like, bro, like
what were you doing?
Like,
so that's the funny part for me, and I feel like that's what's gonna happen with the podcast. Is like as we grow, as we mature, as our thoughts and opinions change or whatever.
Even more so because now you have a visual and the audio, and we're like it's long form too, so it's not 140 characters. So now we're really
it's literally a time capsule of how you felt. It's gonna be really weird watching it back with your kids. Like, Dad, that's what you thought. Like, I was young.
You actually made me realize that for the first time. I think I was like, we were doing some freestyle, and I was like, bitches and hoes. And then you were like, bro, you know your kids are gonna see this one day. And that was the first time it like actually hit my mind. Like, damn, yeah, this is like
save forever, cuz. Save forever. Like you said, it's like this moment is. That's what I do like too, as well. Is it really encapsulates. And just you can really revisit it. Yeah. It's not like a distant memory. It's like no, you can relive this whole shit. Yeah, exactly. Like he's like in 20 years, whatever it is.
Watching it back.
Yeah, you be like, God damn.
That was a funny thing. Like going back to what I told you too, is because it's so funny because we can get lost in like we've been friends for a long time, so we know the inside jokes, we know all this stuff. Yeah. And the reason why it's so funny when you do that is because that's so polar opposite to who you are. Yeah. So when you rap about hoes and all this stuff, like we know it's coming from a comedic standpoint because that's not who you are. But then you have people who don't know you.
Yeah, don't understand you're
they
just
don't
rapping.
Understand that
they probably just think that's all he thinks about.
And so they're like, oh, he likes, because I remember I had someone like, was that me too? Like, yo, I didn't even know he talks.
Wait till you hear explicit, huh?
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
Explicit on the mic.
So it's so funny to see like what other people see that we're not seeing because we're not on the outside looking in, which actually goes to our other point that we talked about. We've had a couple of people comment and people have supported us, are like, they appreciate the way that we talk, which was really strange for me because I don't think that we talk in a particular way or use vernacular that is not used in every day or whatever. But there are some people who are like, man, I appreciate that you guys, I guess we speak a certain way or whatever and seems educated or whatever. Yeah. And it's funny because I don't, like talking with you guys, I don't hear that. I don't sense that. But from the outside looking in. So it's always cool to see other people's perspective of like what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And it's
and I also think like just with us, this being our 17th week of doing this, I think that there's a comfortability where like I can just freely flow and think and say whatever I want and like not really think about it and say things in a manner that's not offensive or not like downtrodden somebody else.
Well, we have a unique opportunity right now to like, as people listen to these episodes, they're getting to know who we are.
Right.
And as we keep doing it, like you would hope that as we get to more taboo things or whatever, or controversial things, they know what the show is about, where we're coming from and all that stuff. Because we do plan on getting real sometimes. Maybe we therapy talk or whatever controversial talk, whatever it is.
Absolutely.
We just got to give it to you real.
Well, that's a good point though. Yeah. Establish the foundation of this is who we are.
This is who we are. This is what we got.
Yeah. That's good.
And just because we say some off the wall stuff sometimes, you can't hold it against us too much. This is a time capsule. But so we really do appreciate everybody that supports. This is almost like a supporter episode. I really do appreciate. There's a lot of people that have been rocking with us, man. Last episode, you saw our boy Alex.
Shout out to Alex.
Alex, man, we really appreciate you.
Shout out to his shoe cleaning company.
Yeah.
I forgot what he said.
K.
Input that right now. Sorry.
Right here.
Alex.
Follow this.
Right here. Yeah.
Nah, but my man's been holding down for a minute. I mean, as soon as he grasped on, I saw that he was commenting on it and everything, being a part of the conversation. That's my biggest thing is I love when people are part of our conversations. Yeah. We post questions. We post like a lot of stuff. And for me, it's not necessarily about views, although I understand how
engagement.
Engagement, whatever. But to me, it's about engaging in a conversation.
Yeah, you want someone.
I love that. I love people that engage in a conversation, whether it's they agree with us, disagree with us, calling us crazy, whatever.
And it's so good to hear, like you said, like just a different perspective that you didn't even know existed, and just to hear just different, just how they see it, and just like, oh, okay.
Even if it's not with us, it's just with other people on the thread. Like, I enjoy that. Like, oh, we put out this and people are actually talking about it. Because I know we kind of live in a world where, and I'm guilty of it too, we look at something, we make a mental note or we commenting on mentally or whatever, and then we move on. But it means so much for people to actually verbalize that support, you know? So it's really cool. So my man Alex says that. A lot of people have been rocking with us. Stephanie been rocking with us heavy. You know what I'm saying? My girl Laura, Roxy J7, she rocking with us heavy. We got a lot of people that hold us down that we really like. B Denise be holding us down. We love y'all. Y'all are awesome. And that list is not limited to. We do have a lot of people that rock with us.
But we just want to give a quick acknowledgement.
Yeah, acknowledgement to some
We appreciate it. We appreciate the engagement. Excuse me.
I also appreciate other podcasts that show love too.
Oh, that's really dope.
Another podcast show
shout out to
Super Trip Talk.
Yeah.
That's our girls right there.
Those are the homies.
Oh, I can't press it. Oh, God. I try to bang.
Me trying to spam the button.
That's what I'm talking about, cuz.
We like y'all dope. We're gonna do an episode together soon.
For sure.
Oh,
they be holding it down.
Oh, that'd be dope. Actually, we could do like a little, you know what I mean?
We are.
The video. That'd be dope.
It's in the works. It's in the works. We're gonna try to do a Super Trip Talk Bro Migos podcast collab. Those girls are hilarious.
From Cali to New York.
Yeah, Cali.
That's right. Yeah, they're in New York.
They're funny, man.
It's super funny. Super funny.
Yeah, if y'all don't know, go follow them. Check them out. B2 gonna put it somewhere. I always see people on videos being like, the link is right here. I don't know what to do, but you know. Anyways, go check them out, Super Trip Talk. Anyways, but yeah, man, support is real, dude. One thing I was talking to a friend about was, how do we define support, man? Like, support is so, like, we just say that, but we don't give it freely. You know what I mean? And one of the things I was thinking about, one of the things that this podcast has done for me is make me think about how I support other people. Yeah. Because now I'm in a position of like, yeah, you want people to support you, but then you think like, how well do you support other people? Right. So I wonder, like, in social media, what do we feel like support is? Just looking at our videos? Is that support? Like, if you looked at someone trying to start a podcast, how would you feel like you're supporting them? In some business ventures, it's patronizing the business. If I started a food thing, you buy from me or whatever. Right. You know, like with the podcast, it's interesting that support comes in so many different ways. You know, and it's easy to look over it like, it's almost like this is our baby and we putting it out there and just going like, I wonder how people are going to take this. Yeah, absolutely. You know, some people just listen. Some people only see the clips. Some people like, you know, that's a way of supporting. Yeah, like, I'm going to like everything that you do. Yeah. I'm supporting you. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so for me, it has been kind of indicting to be like, you know, this is how I should start supporting people because I want people to support me like this. You know what I mean? So I think it's a big deal that people engage with us. For sure. Like our stuff. Share our stuff. And I know it's funny because I know how many friends we have, and how many followers we have and stuff like that. But still, like at this point right now, what, episode 17?
17, yes, sir.
Our like subscription on YouTube is trash.
Yeah.
Right? It's, I don't know how many people do we have.
Yeah, I think it's 11, 12, I think right now.
Yeah, but okay, so follow me on this one. Should we feel like, oh, we're not being supported because our YouTube subscribers are down? Like everybody that hears us say, oh, like, subscribe. Like I hear people say like, subscribe all the time. And I am 100% the person that does this. Like, subscribe. All right, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And I don't. I don't.
I never do it either.
I never do it.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, like, dang, why don't I do that? Like, it would help them out a lot. But I think sometimes we don't feel like our one little, like, is valuable.
Subscription, yeah.
Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Our one little subscription is valuable. But I feel like doing this podcast has made me change what I feel like.
Everything is important.
Everything is important.
It's momentum to, like, even if it's not your own thing, like you said, like if someone tells you to like and subscribe or whatever, there's momentum in that if you do exactly that. Like it is real momentum you can create too.
Right.
By supporting someone like in a real way.
Yeah.
And really being like,
it's the intangible things, right? It's the things that the metrics don't show you.
Yes,
like
absolutely.
when you hit us up and like, yo, we like what y'all doing. Y'all are doing great.
That puts a battery.
There's no metric that measures that, but we're like,
let's go.
Supercharged now. Like, someone said they like it. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and it's not to say that you do everything for other people, but it's always good to get that kind of like feedback. So,
and we share that amongst each other as well. Like people may not know it, but like if you say something nice about us, we'll screenshot it and share it among the group and be like, hey, this person really liked this thing that we said or whatever.
That shit makes my day when y'all get like, I'm like,
especially if you're having like a bad day and like you see somebody saying something nice about something that you said or something that the podcast gave to you. Yeah. Really, like, it doesn't even necessarily have to be like, oh, I like when B2 or Asa or B said this one thing. It's just like, yo, the podcast helped me out in this specific way. For us, that's like, that's like you feel like you're providing a service to somebody.
Right.
Absolutely.
100%. And it's just like, even if, oh man, I laughed at this part. You're
It's something as simple as
even that little, that means a lot.
That means a whole lot. So like, it has made me feel like, it has made me feel like I need to be more vocal about the things that I like and appreciate that people are doing.
Based on like treat people as you want to be treated type philosophy.
Exactly.
Not only that, but I think it's important, just like how like when you get into a relationship, like it's important for you to learn your partner's like love language. Yeah. It's important for us to communicate what we are.
That's a good point.
Accepting as support.
Right. Really good point. Yeah, and it's kind of made me like, I'm sure some people have gotten some random or weird responses from me in the last couple of weeks, but it's made me feel like if I've double tapped or if I laughed at something, I want to let you know.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yo, that was funny.
Right.
Hey, yo, I'll comment or something. And I don't care if I do it to like 10 people all in a row because I think there is this kind of like cool thing that we do on social media where we don't want to like too much. Yeah. We don't want to like every post that you post. We don't want to seem thirsty or whatever. But
I definitely do that.
Yeah, I know we all do it. Like we all do it. Like, all right, yeah, that was funny, but yeah, not. It's weird. Like it's an unconscious thing, but like I don't know. It's weird. It's conscious, but it's unconscious. It's like both.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, you do it, but you don't do it with like this intent to be doing it. But you know that you're doing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? And I've tried to like, ever since doing this, I've tried to like stop doing that. Like if I laugh at something, I'm gonna be like LOL, or I'm gonna just laugh, or I'm gonna show you the attention that maybe you put it out for.
Well, there's like a connotation sometimes with social media when you like somebody's picture too many times or whatever. It makes you feel like that it might make that other person feel like, okay, especially if it's like of the opposite sex. Sometimes it might make you feel like, oh, does this person like me?
Well, if you go too deep in the catalog,
if you start liking stuff in like 2014, then yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, it depends. I guess it depends, and then also, you're right, because I don't mind showing that kind of love though, especially like if it's being reciprocated. If someone has been showing Bro Migos a bunch of love, I don't mind going back and looking at their stuff and be like, oh man, that's dope, or I like that, because it might be like I am catching up on their stuff, and I'm not afraid to let them know, like, oh yeah, I just kind of went through your stuff, and yeah, this was dope, that was dope.
That's what it's meant for too.
Exactly.
Like, I mean, like it's not
meant for that.
It's not Snapchat. Like everything's there in chronological order for a reason.
Right.
Give you a story.
But it's weird. We don't think of it.
Yeah,
like
we don't.
That.
Yeah.
We like, nah, that was 8 weeks old. I can't be liking something from 8 weeks ago. Yeah.
But okay, so do you? Okay, so on Two's point of with the relationship thing.
Yeah.
Do you think it's cool if there are like not a business, but like let's say a podcast. Mm-hmm. Is it okay for you to like something that's 52 weeks, a year old, if it's just like a business type thing, opposed to, let's say, someone doing makeup, a female doing makeup for her own personal, like, do you think that like the actual business they're in impacts the...
Well, here's the thing. Here are some of the caveats to that.
Okay.
You say a year ago. Right. How often are they posting? How far back did you have to go for a year? Yeah. You know what I mean? If you had to go through 2 hours worth of things, there's a level of commitment there that could warrant some.
Really, nigga?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But so I don't know. It just depends. I don't know. Like I'm trying to get rid of all of those notions.
Content, yeah.
I feel like I just want to be like, man, here's what I'm here to do: show love and give love. Like give love, receive it, and show it. That's it. Like all that other stuff, if you misinterpret it, I'm sorry or whatever. I guess that's me speaking from a perspective of like Bro Migos or even maybe my own personal account a little bit. But with that said, I'm not gonna go back and start liking a bunch of thirst traps from a year ago. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like also you got to watch what you're liking and engaging in. But for the most part, I mean,
I think with that being said, you do have to watch who you're liking and stuff like that. But kind of along to your point, it's more so like if you want somebody to do something for you, like if we want people to support our podcast and be engaged in our podcast, we need to be engaged in, like, we need to give, I guess, is what, like, the best way to find support and the best way to gain somebody's attention is to do something for them.
Right.
Rather than ask them to do something for us. So I think.
Yeah, but even more important, I think, because it's along the same lines, but I don't want it to feel like it's crossing this non-genuine path where it's like, all right, if I want you to do something for me, I got to do something for you.
Right.
I just think it's put into perspective, you know, the power that we have to support each other. That's my point. Like, I haven't necessarily been out there like, you know, let me like a bunch of people's stuff. And that way a lot of people will like our stuff. Not like that, but it's made me be like, dang, if this is how I feel when I'm sitting here doing this is probably how they feel.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I think too is like, for me personally, like when I see those messages or something like where it's like anything like it puts a battery on my back. So I also now that I like you said, since the podcast started, like for instance, shout out to Tim Hansen, that started his 1,000 reps personal thing. Like I'll shoot him message like, oh, I see what you're doing. Like that shit's dope. Keep doing that. Like I see it. Like do it.
Exactly.
And so like having like even not even like if it's directed toward you, like just having the affirmation, like you're doing what you're doing.
I see you, dog.
Do it. Keep
that.
Keep that train. Keep that path. Just keep going.
Keep doing what you're doing.
And that means a lot. I think that means a lot to me, and if I send it to someone.
The thing is, and how long does it take you to do that?
Literally nothing.
2 seconds.
Literally,
Yeah.
literally.
2 seconds.
Yeah.
Y'all don't understand. Y'all will send us a quick message like, man, y'all are dope. Keep doing what you're doing. Took you 5 seconds, but we'll be in here like,
We're energized for a whole week now. Let's go.
yeah. We got 2 followers this week. You know what I'm saying? Like
Real talk though.
Yeah,
real
talk.
talk.
That's
Yeah.
100% real. And so like that's my point is like I know how we receive it.
Right.
I'm just assuming someone else is receiving it. If I know I can give that by just being like, yo, that's
Do your
dope.
thing. Yeah.
And it's genuine, then do it. You know what I mean? So that's why we kind of like, this is a support episode. We love everybody that supports us. We support y'all. And even to the point where we were talking about how we were talking about like we would like to team up with people or like we starting to do
Absolutely.
more interviews and like having people on the show and kicking it with us and stuff like that. You'll kind of notice that it's not that we have to have people that are doing something crazy in life and like all this stuff. Like we just like, what my boy put it good. He was like, it's like networking, but we're networking linear and not just up, right? So when you're doing podcasts and different things, you want to network up with people who got millions of followers and all that stuff because it could draw you attention or whatever. But there's beauty in there is there's power in doing it linear.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
People who are on the
That's dope.
same level as you, or maybe not even on the same level, or coming up or whatever. There's so much power in that too. It's almost like you guys are lifting each other up.
That's dope,
You guys
yeah.
are at the same level, and you never know. You guys are all on the same grind.
You create
5,
synergy.
10 years down later, that person might be blowing up, and they're like, "Yo, y'all was rocking with me when I was struggling. Let's do it
Yeah.
again."
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, and now you're in a position to move up or
Make it
whatever,
happen,
or
yeah.
help somebody up.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that is the thing that's like really fun about this whole thing. It's just all the other elements that can come with it, all the people that we can end up talking with down the
Right.
line, all the people we might have sitting right here next to us. Who knows what the future will gonna hold? You know what I'm
Yeah, we
saying?
some random guests.
You
some
never
random-
know.
That brings up a good question. I just kind of just thought about like, is supporting with intention a bad thing? Like, for example, like I know like we want to make all of our support that we give people seem organic and genuine.
Right.
But is it a bad thing to support having an underlying goal that you want to achieve? Like say like if we want to connect with the Trip Talk girls or
Right.
whatever, right? Like, and say maybe our intentions is to, I'm not saying this is true, but I'm saying like, for example, our intentions are to gain more followers because they have more followers, and we express that to them and like say that. Is that like a bad thing? I guess.
No, I don't think so. Especially if it's okay. One, if it's mutually beneficial, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Two, I guess it depends on who you are. But for me, I don't mind somebody gaining something off of us.
Right.
If it's not at my detriment. I think that's where it becomes
That's a good
kind of
point.
foul.
Yeah,
If it's
yeah.
to your detriment,
That's different. Yeah,
then
yeah,
that's
yeah.
kind of messed up. Where if I'm doing something
Like
that's
if you're
making you
being
look bad,
exploited, yeah.
and you being exploited, that's different. But if it's like, yo, we're talking and maybe we gained 100 followers, but they didn't really. But we had a great time on a podcast. We talked about stuff. There's so much other intangible, non-metric things that you gain from doing stuff with
Right.
people.
Absolutely.
That let's say maybe it benefited us a little heavier than it
Than
does
this,
them or
yeah.
whatever. But if it's all love, it's all everything, it's okay because we're all in.
It's a
At
wash.
the end of the day, what you're doing is a business and all that
Right.
stuff, and you understand that views matter, subscriptions matter, and all that stuff matter because it boosts you up to do what you love to do at a bigger platform.
Absolutely.
And ultimately, that's what you want to do. Ultimately, like we said, we get a good feeling when we've affected someone's day.
Yeah.
And how's the way we can do that the most? A bigger platform.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if we have millions of views, now we're making a lot of people laugh, or now we're giving a lot of people insight, and that ultimately is like the goal, right?
Oh, absolutely.
No, I don't think it matters if there is a goal in mind, as long as if it's a good goal and it's like I said, not at the detriment to anybody else's well-being or whatever. I'm cool with it. Vice versa, us doing it and somebody doing it to us. I totally don't mind somebody being like, let's say when we get big, like, yo, I kind of think about that a lot too. I'm like, when we get to a level, are we gonna look down and be like, yo, let's do what these dudes? They just started their podcast. I would love to do that.
I would love
Better.
to do that.
I would
too.
love to do that.
I like that feeling more than the other.
I would love to do that because
opposite,
I know what it
yeah.
feels like to be in this position. So I want to be like, let me find somebody who's got like nothing.
There's nothing to you to do it.
Right, but I like their quality of work.
Absolutely.
Yo, y'all come, let's do something.
Something,
And me
period.
knowing it's not going to benefit us any. You know what I
Right,
mean?
yeah.
But we'll have fun and maybe we'll make a friend or something. But from a business standpoint, it wouldn't benefit. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I think it's just about putting good energy out.
100%.
Period. Like just overall, just what you want, what you inspire to be, you have to put that energy out before you can manifest it and before it becomes, before it actualizes itself in the physical. You have to really, really like do that mentally and just believe in that before it actually actualizes. So
yeah, it's almost like this working together mentality.
Absolutely.
I don't know if we said this before, but there was this great analogy. Again, I'm so bad at recalling where I get this information, but whatever. I read something somewhere. Could have been a meme, could have been a post, whatever. But it was something to the effect of this speaker was speaking to a lot of people, and there was this test where there was like, let's say 300 people wrote their name on a balloon and put it in a room. Right? And the speaker said, okay, you guys have 2 minutes to go in there and find your name.
Damn.
Right? This room full of balloons to the point where like you can't see, it's all covering your face.
Yeah.
So everybody's in there frantically scrambling to find their balloon, find a balloon. Maybe a few people succeeded, right? Yeah. So you had like, let's say 4 people succeeded and the other 296 people were just like, we couldn't find this, too many, too little time. And so the point of this whole thing was, here's what you guys could have done. Everybody take 1 balloon, walk out the room, find that person. Call that name. Hey, who's Mark? Mark, come on, who's At that point, everyone would have gotten their balloon because you helped somebody find what they were looking for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that to me was deep. Like you help somebody reach their goal.
You help yourself. You help yourself when you help someone else.
Exactly. And that person that you helped may not be the direct person helping you. Someone else might help you. So it's that kind of thing, that overall, like you help people. We all just help each other out. Then we're all gonna get what we want.
That statement like makes me think about like how America should be in or like just how business should be in totality. Like I think that a lot of times people think they have to step on people's shoulders in order to succeed or whatever. But I would love for this podcast to be like, okay, we provide this outlet of just people listening to us and like maybe like they're on the way to work or whatever and they listen to us. Yeah. But then at the same token, we probably have a follower who bakes cookies or something and then we promote them and then like through that he or she organically grows a business through that because we promoted them or whatever and we all just use each other to propel whatever future endeavors we're trying to embark on. So.
And that's what I really want to do. Yeah. And like at this level, I'd be thinking about doing that, but I'm like, well, we gonna give somebody 3 followers. You know what I'm saying? So like I want to do that now, but I know.
mean, it's just I think it starts with the mentality now. It starts with like the focus of like this is how we want to build it. So how do we, even though we only have 2 followers, how do we maneuver in a way that makes it?
I think it's even to your point. It's even more important is that. Since we don't have anything if we establish that type of ethos, that thought of what we want, that's even more important now. Like we're like, all right, this is how we're going to envision ourselves. Even though we're at nothing, it's like, this is what we're going to do going forward and we can grow it. And
I think it's even like a biblical thing. Like God's not going to bless you with money. He's not gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna give you $1 million now, and just see what you do. Like I'm gonna see how you're gonna do with $10,
right?
How generous are you gonna be with these $10, and then
we can go.
We can go from there. So
then you can handle all these blessings I'm about to get.
Exactly.
No, but that is I think that's essential in what we're doing, and I think we have established it in that way. Yeah, and that's just more how we're gonna keep going. We have so much room to grow on this thing, and we have so many more ideas, more content and stuff that's coming and that we're gonna be doing. But slowly but surely.
I think this is like our mission statement episode.
That is. Yeah,
like it's just kind of just like we're telling our audience that we appreciate them, but also this is what we want to do moving forward. So.
So in saying that, my mission statement for this, you have to pee, don't you?
No.
Oh, okay. Because he was looking like he looking like
he had the posture of like
I gotta go pee.
Almost. I heard what you thought, cuz.
It's been 5 minutes, so you gotta go. All right. So my thing is, if we can bring obviously any sort of entertainment, but if through our guests and other things, people can leave with either sparking a thought, we've made someone think, or we've allowed someone to learn something. Some information from our episode. That's all I care about, right? If you're listening and you laugh, if you feel some type of way, or if you've learned something, to me, then we did our job.
Accomplished, for sure.
Boom. That's what I feel like we accomplished. And that sometimes might depend on whatever guest that we have or what we're talking about that day or whatever, but that for me is what this whole thing is about. You know? I don't know if you're about to say something.
Well, I was going to just say that my mission for me specifically with this podcast is to like just grow as a person and learn more. I think the guest part is like a real beneficial thing for me because it gives me different perspectives.
Oh, big time.
For sure, yeah.
And I think that especially like the people who follow us or listen to us should hit us up and maybe like request to try to come on the podcast if they're willing to, because I feel like we only have our tribe as far as like who we invite on the podcast is very limited, I guess. So I think that if people are interested in coming on the podcast and want to talk about their positions on things, like I feel like you should hit us up and let us know how you think.
Yeah, we have a whole document we'll email to everybody too. By the way, if you guys want to, just hit us up.
Fill it out.
We'll fill it out.
Actually, brothermigos.com/. Damn, I forgot what it is.
The link will be right here or
I just
somewhere.
sent it to you. Yeah. But to Tu's point about what did you say? I'm sorry.
Just networking with different people who have different perspectives.
Yes. So to that point, like one of the most dangerous things nowadays is that people are in echo chambers.
Yes.
So where like you say echo chambers, like so you surround yourself with people that have the same
got you.
perspective.
Oh,
so you're hearing the same shit back and forth.
Yeah.
So to Tu's point, it's very important that we don't just even we can become our own echo chamber if we don't have some outside perspective and outside opinions coming in and saying like this is how what X and Y Z thinks or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it really breaks us out of our own mold and really forces us to grow in some type of way.
Those are my favorite conversations to have is with people that disagree with me. 100%. Like that is my favorite thing. Although sometimes it sucks that people sometimes take it the wrong way. Because a lot of times we enter a conversation wanting to prove our point to somebody else. But I just like to learn how other people think.
Yeah.
I know that I'm going to differ in my opinion from a lot of other people. And I'm fine with that. But I love to engage with people to see, how do you think that? Like, how could you possibly feel the way that you feel? And I genuinely want to know. Yeah. And that's why we love having guests is because, I mean, it hasn't happened yet, but I'm sure we'll be debating a topic where somebody just totally, kind of our last conspiracy one was that was
for sure.
That was the first one we were like,
but that's my point. And we were talking about, we try to find the balance of getting on here and disagreeing and not feeling like we're just getting on here to slam someone for how they feel, even though we disagree wholeheartedly. But I love conversations and I love that kind of thing. But
I think it's important to grow too. Like even if you feel like a conspiracy, even if you feel some type of way, it's still good to just let someone air out how they feel and just overall to see other opinions and just see what the hell is going on in this world.
There were so many people that was like, what is he talking about? I'm just like, my man.
A lot of people say they want to yell at their phones.
I got a lot of that. And they were kind of mad at us for like not digging deeper into it. And I was trying to explain to them like our like kind of like what you said, like our podcast isn't to like make them feel stupid or make them feel like their opinion isn't validated in their own right. It's just more so just like we're trying to understand where they're coming from.
Where you're coming from. And that was one thing that it's hard to do on a podcast where it seems like an hour and a half is a really long time. Yeah. But when you get to talking to somebody, an hour and a half, that goes fast. And it's hard for us to really establish a critical line of thinking for some people sometimes. And that was one thing in the conspiracy episode that we talked about after, like, we weren't really able to really dive and go, okay, let's go, how did you get from here to here? Because we'll throw out something, space don't exist. And you be like, whoa, wait, what? Like, oh, this dude's crazy, you know what I mean? Yeah. But if you sit and you talk with him, you go, okay, his distrust started here, and then it went to here, you unpack it, and then at least you can make sense more of why he says this.
See, that's what I like. See, I love, not saying the last episode was crazy, but I love crazy. Like, I love, like, wait, what? How'd you?
Yeah.
And then figuring out, like, even though I don't even want to be associated with it, but I just want to know how you, like, like almost like a TV show. Like, I just want to know
how you got there.
But show me from the start to the.
Right. So we're trying to, to our point, we're trying to do a better job as we get better as hosts and interviewers, is being able to unpack those thoughts in a way where it can sound coherent and not just like polarizing.
And the guests can get out what they feel without us, like you said. Oh, you're this, you're that. Like, no, like, we want the guests to just open up. Yeah. And then you get the information in a free sense as we're doing it. Because even then, we don't all agree on the same, obviously, nothing. We all agree on the same thing. So it's just we speak your truth or whatever you feel. And then from there,
and we weigh on or whatever. Yeah. It was the same thing with our Sugar Daddy episode.
Oh, yeah.
There's something like, we sit here going like,
I got so quiet.
I want to say something right now, but it's not to be like we trying to knock somebody, but at the same time, how do you voice your opinion? How do you have a debate without, you know what I'm saying? But we're and that's us. Like, we're getting better at it. We're trying to figure out how to do that or whatever. But that's what's so fun about this whole thing, and that's why we like everybody supporting us and giving their feedback, because those were probably the two most feedback that we got on episodes. Was like the conspiracy and Sugar Daddy, right? And
our Splendid Daddy, if you look at
it. Splendid Daddy.
But I think that's good going forward too. Is that like they know our intention? Like, we may have some off the wall people on, and how we conduct ourselves within that podcast. This is a good establish. Like, we're just gonna let them be, and showcase whatever they're showcasing.
We'll challenge them, or we'll keep it real, or whatever. But the goal is to not get on here and start like what they call gotcha journalism people and do stuff like that.
That's
like,
stupid. Yeah,
that's not. The whole thing is like, this is how you have a conversation with somebody who totally differs from you.
Yeah,
and it's all good and it's all love, and we'll still make fun of people, like, because that's what we do with ourselves.
Period. That's
like, even with the whole dating thing, like, we'll laugh at too, like, you ain't paying the first date, whatever. But it's not like we attacking them for it. Like, hey, it is what it is. You do what you do. There's someone that's gonna love it, you know. But either way, we really love the support from everybody.
Thank you. Awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
I do have one question though. Okay, speaking of support, is there, and this is kind of more support in relationships, right? You got your girl, I got my wife. You, who knows what you got, but let's just assume you got a girlfriend, Brandon, or something brewing back there.
Yeah.
Should your spouse or your girlfriend be your number one supporter? Is that something that just is automatic? If you doing something, she should support 100% and get behind you. Is that like their job and their role?
I didn't think about this till you said it in that way. Is that now I'm thinking, I think it kind of depends on what you're doing too.
What do you mean?
Like you say, should someone be your number one supporter? I think it's fine if someone else is your number one supporter if you're like in the what you're trying to do is like in a public sphere.
Okay.
If you're just, I don't know. I want to say, like, if you're just open, I don't know. Let me think about this. But if you're publicly putting yourself out there and that's part of your business, I think that changes how you can say,
let's take it into context right now.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Well, let's just put it in our context. We're doing a podcast.
So, so this context.
Your girlfriend, is she supposed to be your number one supporter?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so. Because like Brandon said, it is a public forum that a lot of times, I'll just speak for me personally, a lot of times my girlfriend doesn't even
listen?
She listens, but not in the sense of
taking notes.
Yes, like not in the sense of like rooting you on, or like, or not in the sense of just like, oh, you could do this better. You could like next time come with this, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's more of a sense like, oh, that was funny. You guys talked about this. I thought this way or whatever. But it's not in the sense of like, after we post something, she's gonna repost it or like every page that we have or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I think in our specific situation, our partners are less like number one supporters and more like just encouraging partners. You know
well, see, that was kind of my next thing was like, well, how do we define what support is? I mean, I guess everybody can define in their own relationship what that is, but what do you feel like is the correct level of support someone who you love and loves you is supposed to have in your business venture? Whether it be for us, podcast, somebody's maybe doing a cooking thing, somebody's selling clothes or whatever, and your spouse, how are they supposed to support you? What is the right thing to do? Like for me, in our podcast or whatever, it's kind of weird to say, but there are certain minimal things that you can do, like the episode. Listen to the episode, but then it's also like, where do your expectations get to? Like, are you putting too many expectations on your spouse just because they're your spouse to like be your number one fan, right? I think for me, it's like they should support you. They don't necessarily have to be your number one fan. Yeah. I've listened to every single episode and they dissect like, nah, that's not even important.
But I think too, when you have a girlfriend, it's, as you're talking about this, with your partner or whatever, when you're doing something like this, where we're doing like a public thing for public consumption, it's more entertainment, more overall general entertainment you're providing. The support is different because what you're providing to your wife or your partner is different. Like you're revealing your real you and what do you call it? So it's like it's different if you were to like just start a regular business. You know what I'm saying? And she supports you fully because that's different.
Yeah.
Whereas this, we're putting out, this is Asa on camera. Although you're not saying you're different.
Yeah.
But
should her job not to be to retweet everything that you put or repost everything or comment on everything? Because like we said, or subscribe to everything.
I don't think so.
I
don't think there's
like,
something
does your girlfriend subscribe to us? Is she one of our 12 subscribers?
On
YouTube?
Not on YouTube.
See,
all platforms, cuz.
Yeah, all platforms. You're supposed to put on all platforms.
Cuz.
Every platform, I should see your name on there.
I think it's important for the partner to support in a way of just like listening and
being encouraging.
Be encouraging.
Right.
But I think that's as far as it goes, as far as like this specific platform. But I think like in other terms, like if you're starting a business or if you're pursuing your passion, I think the partner is supposed to not only be encouraging, but like kind of like be invested in a sense
create a
like,
conducive environment for you to succeed.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I think that too. Okay, but the other thing is, this is my last throw in.
Right.
Okay, so let's say they're supporting in that way. We'll call it minimal. Oh, they like our stuff here and there, whatever. But then you get someone of the opposites of a girl. You get a girl who supports you heavy. I mean heavy. That super number one fan style.
Yeah.
Is that appropriate or inappropriate, or does it not matter because it's support? If some girl was like, B2, I love your stuff. B2, like every episode, sharing, retweeting. B2, this dude is doing it. Like she's in your corner like a number one fan, like a stan, I think they call it. If you got a stan, how is your girl looking at that stan? Should she be appreciative of that person because she's supporting you? And I'm not talking about nothing weird has happened, cross the line. Or is it kind of like, all right, I wonder how girls feel. And this would be great to have a girl actually be able to say something. Or would it be like, calm down, you support my man a little too much? Or should that not be a thing?
I think in order to answer that, I have to think about it in the opposite respect. Like, I think I have to think about it like if somebody was supporting my girl in that manner, how would I feel? And I think that if there wasn't anything inappropriate going on, and on top of that, it was propelling her to a bigger success, I would have to be okay with it. It might make me feel uncomfortable,
but why?
But I would have to be okay with that.
Why would it make you feel uncomfortable?
Just because
constant encouragement.
I think it would be a reality check for myself. I think it would be like
point, right?
It would be like, damn, like this person
doing what I should be doing.
Right. I don't know. I don't necessarily feel like it's doing what I should be doing, but I think it's more so in the sense like I feel like I'm doing a decent job of supporting my girl, but then you have this outlier who is just like going above and beyond. And then it would probably make me feel secure about like my level of involvement in her endeavors.
Secure or insecure?
It would make me feel insecure about my level of participation in whatever she's doing.
But that kind of bridges where I was talking about what should our level of support be. It seems okay until someone else comes out and it's polarizing where you're like, oh snap, like this dude is like really, and this is supposed to be my girl. This is supposed to be somebody I'm super, supportive of, and this person is doing all the small things that no one has asked them to do, and they don't have to do it. Cause kind of like as a spouse or as a girlfriend or boyfriend, you kind of have some sort of an obligation. Yeah. You know what I mean? But this person who, it seems more genuine for a person who has no other, benefit to doing it. I don't know. I just asked that because it's funny that at some point, it's funny that at some point that could happen.
I don't know if you had a black suit, sorry.
At some point, that might happen, and you will have to deal with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just wonder like how that goes or where.
Yeah. I think you just have to be honest.
And
upfront about and communicate how you feel and whatever. But
yeah, I mean, I personally don't think it matters. I think support is support, man.
Yeah.
For me, if somebody was supporting, I would be 100% on it because I'm not insecure about how I support my wife and her business.
I'd be hyped. For me, it's like
that's what I'm saying. I'd be hyped.
Depending, like, of course, if it's a business or something that she's doing that's publicly facing, and someone's engaging like that, I'd be hyped. Like, oh, obviously whatever you're doing is working. That's dope. Like, I'd be like, damn, that's really dope.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But what if some baller dude hit her up and was like, hey, come fly out to do this seminar every weekend?
I'm going with you guys.
Yeah.
That's cool. Let's do it.
Yeah.
How much he paying us?
Yeah, let's do it.
Right.
Yeah,
hold on, bro.
You're
Your
not going by
support-
yourself every week? Nah.
Your support comes with some
that's a different
attachments.
Now going to the X thing. Yeah, we both showing up, guys.
Right. How you doing?
That nigga, he be like, hey, meet me at whatever restaurant. I'm coming too, guys.
Right. He get a text. We almost there.
We almost there.
We are almost there. Thank you for supporting us.
Yeah, for real. For real, guys.
Right? Yeah. This is a tandem support team.
That'd be funny if you just text for real, guys. When you're like after your girl says thank you for supporting us, like for real, guys.
Yeah. Gotta hit him with that real political nice text.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you for supporting my wife.
Yeah.
We really appreciate your support. Thank you. Nah, but yeah, it's just funny, man. Anyways, I guess the theme of that was support, man. Support is real. We love you guys for
appreciate you
supporting
guys.
us so much.
Thank you so much.
This is an extra episode.
Extra.
We're not sure how many consecutive extra episodes you may get going forward, but we're
Eventually.
trying. We're trying to work the
Eventually
schedules
it'll
out.
get
Yeah.
Yeah, eventually we're gonna work it out.
This
but,
is a show of our initial effort and, just trying to iron out the wrinkles and the crinks. Get it worked out, you know what I mean?
yeah, man. So like we said before, make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment, share.
That's all.
Just engage with your boys, man.
Give your
On
opinion.
all
If we say something,
platforms, YouTube.
All platforms.
Yeah.
Can you comment on Spotify?
I was just about to say that, iTunes. If we say something that
Instagram.
you like or dislike, give
we
us
made
your
you
opinion.
chuckle.
Whatever
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Give us some feedback, man. Give us some little
Something.
charge. Little shine.
Also, if you like us, you should share with some family members or friends that
Absolutely.
you might think like.
yeah,
this.
can we just make
podcast.
a declaration on that real quick? Can y'all take a moment, take a clip from our Instagram or something, and share it with somebody?
That would be amazing.
That would be
would
very
be.
amazing. We would love that. That'd be cool. That's a little selfish ask from us.
But it means a lot. It means a lot.
It does mean a lot, man. All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Episode 17.
Yeah.
Real quick, let me check my watch. Do you happen to know what time it is?
I think it's time for a motherfucking freestyle, y'all.
Time for a motherfucking
Oh, shit.
freestyle. DJ, be nice. Hit me with a beat, Kush.
Okay.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Hey, Twizzy,
yeah.
get him.
Hey. Okay, this is my favorite type of beat. I feel like I can flow on this one. It's real slow. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'ma start it off like this. My name's B2. I'ma get it on real cool.
Real cool.
Yeah. Talk over the ladies. And I smooth them real nice like Shady.
Shady.
Yeah. I'm in it like to win it. Yeah. I get it cause I get it. Yeah. I know what to do.
Hey.
I do your girl right cause she cool.
Give it
I'ma pass it to my man Ace. Cause he about to take you to a place that's really far.
Hey.
He's gonna spit that knowledge.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, we in the podcasting game. Some stuff, some people make you insane.
Yeah.
I don't care if we interview a fame.
Yeah.
Or some dude who's crazy or is a lame. Hey.
Whoa.
It's a sport. Hey, we need some support. Hey, you know if I'm asking for a spoon, don't give me your fork. Hey, I just want to let you know I am not a dork.
Nope.
I just know that I just think I speak in sporks.
Hey.
In between. I keep it so clean.
Yeah.
B got the beat. Twizzy in between.
Yeah.
This is what we do. And we make it mean. So, hey, if you with the Bramigos, you on our team.
Yeah,
so,
Let's go.
support, subscribe.
Subscribe.
My mouth is getting
Do all
dry.
that
Sorry, guys.
We love y'all.
Cotton Mouth. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
We appreciate you guys. We love you.
Peace.
We're going to keep going. You keep going with us.
That's what I'm talking about, cuz.
Free smoke, free smoke.
Hey,
To this day.
to this day.